Hey everybody, this is what you're going to find if you leave your injectors in for 280,000 kilometres, generally. Okay, so this is just some injectors that are returned. In case you missed it, we're closed at the moment. I don't know what date this video is coming out, but we're going to be closed through July into August till about the middle of August. Stay tuned on the Prado Hospital Facebook page if you're in Australia and you want to get one of these injector kits. And when you're done, you send back the old injectors for a free contamination check, and I'll show you about the contamination in a minute, and return those lend items. Unless there's something you really want to keep, message me and say, hey, can I please keep that one, and we'll just adjust the refund, whatever the case may be. But generally we need that stuff back. That's why it's called lend items. You can borrow them. Anyway, these injectors, it's a 2008 Hilux. So a couple of problems we got here. Generally when you pull injectors out, this is what they look like. That's what you want them to look like. That's pretty normal. I've got another set over here that look pretty good and pretty bad. There's some different brands if they've been changed before. There's another set over here I'm going to show you later on in the video that are a set of the B word, you know, Bailey's injectors. It's a set of Bailey's injectors, so they're rebuilt. So just so you know, Bailey's injectors are Denso injectors. They're just been rebuilt and they manufacture some of their own parts and put them in there and stuff like that. And sometimes they're good and sometimes they're not, but you know, we're not really sort of talking about them too much because they don't like when we talk about their stuff. So we don't talk about it too much, but we just recommend only brand new genuine injectors. I recommend you only get the injector kit from me, then you know what you're going to get. Everything's double checked and all that. So what do we got here? Injectors have been left in way too long. So that's the normal looking bottom of the injector. These two, you can see the seats were obviously leaking, and that's injector seat leaking. We slangily call it blow by because it's blowing by the injector seat where it should be sealed, and it causes a bit of problem. Blocked oil pickups, and it's going to cost you an engine if you don't get onto it. You really need to watch my videos, including the old ones, injector information, EJ. Just go through the playlists on our YouTube channel. There's an area with the playlists. So we've obviously noticed that. So 280, as we said before, it's quite common around 230 for these seats to start leaking. Doesn't really mean leave them till 230. You want to catch it before it happens. We've seen it happen a lot lower. All that info's in those videos in that playlist. So you can see the evidence and make your decision when you want to change your injectors. I don't really care. It's not my car. It's just my job to give you the information, educate you so that you can make the right maintenance decisions so it doesn't cost you 20 grand. Over here, contamination. If you want to do your own contamination check, if you insist on getting your injectors somewhere else or you're somewhere else in the world, no problem, all good. Whatever you want to do. Like I said, I don't care. I'm here to help the people that listen. On this set, we've opened 2 injectors. You can see the cap nut, that's all the way up. That one's all the way up. This one, you can see they're down a little because I just loosely screwed them back on. And the command pistons are out here on the bench, right? So that's what you do. You need a 14 mil long bar, single hex, like an impact socket or a big gun, either one. Bang on there, that's the cap nut. Zip that off. They can be quite tight, really stuck sometimes. I'll use a long bar. What did we work at the other day? It's about bloody 30 inches long or something like that. Crack it and then a little gun, zip it off, right? Tap, tap, tap. A few bits and pieces come out. It's all rubbish as far as I'm concerned. But what we're looking at here is this contamination here, right? And that's what we want to look at and show you. Once you get it out, this is what you're looking for. You're going to see heaps of wear and tear on that. See that smooth, supposedly smooth area there? Not very smooth. It's got a lot of wear and tear on it. These injectors haven't been working right for a long time. Okay, not good. Anyway, the contamination. See below that? See all that staining, all those weird marks? That's not what they normally look like. If you want to see what they normally look like, have a look at our videos on the injector information because we've shown this before. When you see this, if you've just spent thousands of dollars or a lot of work in your injectors replaced, the last thing you want is bad fuel going through your new injectors. They can handle it a little bit short term. We've seen a lot of light contamination where injectors still had good readings before changing them and when they were just changed periodically by recommendation. So they can handle a little bit, believe it or not, contrary to popular belief, but that is massive and it's been in there for a long time. These were like almost tight to get out. They were that bad. That's pretty bad, okay? So to slangly say, that's pretty bad, right? Diesel specialist here, that's pretty bad. Anyway, so the idea is if you do see that, and this is why you send your stuff back, or you can open the cabinet yourself if you want. You can send them back to me still. Just say, I've done the contamination check, it's all clear. Or, you know, because you You're curious and you want to do that. That's fine. You're not going to wreck the injectors. We're not putting on a machine testing them. You don't need to pack them up, put all the caps back on and put heaps of tape in plastic bags. They're rubbish, okay? Just wrap them little bit together and put them back in the bags and boxes that I sent them to you in, nice and tight, so that they don't bang around in the packaging, and just get yourself one of these bags. Cost you 15 bucks. Doesn't need to be express. You can just get the red one. I think it's not the smallest size. It's called the medium. There you go, medium size bag. Should be able to fit everything in there. 15 bucks. Send them back. Text me for the correct address. Don't assume anything on Google's correct, because it's all wrong. There's a lot of assumptions. Physical addresses are not mail addresses and all sorts of things. So don't just do that. As I've said in a number of videos and the post in the VIP group, get in the VIP group for the info before you replace your injectors. But if you do open them up and you see this, I would highly recommend then at least opening up your fuel filter. If you've changed it recently, it could be old contamination. You might remember seeing some water. I'd open up the fuel filter, have a look if there's any water. If the filter's clean, then just put it back together. If there's any water, then obviously you need to clean out your fuel tank. Depending on what you find in the filter, you might be, if you're suspect on your fuel tank, or you're capable of doing it, if you find this, just pull the fuel tank out anyway, and then let me know. If you got the injectors from me, just go to the VIP group and say, hey everyone, I stripped my injectors, or Ant did the contamination test. You let me know that this was the case, and it's pretty rare, but if it does happen, you want to know about it. I dropped the tank and I didn't find anything in there. It was clean. It was a waste of time. So just letting you know. Well, yeah, I dropped the tank and it was all this black algae stuff. Disgusting. I'm glad I did it, and lucky for that contamination check, because you don't want this on your injectors, on your new ones, for as long as possible, right? Yeah, as long as possible. Now let's have a look at that other set just over here. Okay, here's that set of Bailey's injectors, right? How do we know they're Bailey's? Well, a couple of things. More often than not, well, there was an issue firstly at some point in time where there was some brass washers. Brass washers is intrinsically harder than copper. It's not a gasket. It doesn't squash and seal. If the surfaces are good, you get lucky and it seals up. And if you're not lucky, then this sort of thing happens. More blow-by, similar to the other one. This one's obviously quite messy. See, there's no O-ring there. See where there's an O-ring here on these ones? That's the problem. The heat blows up past the injector. It cooks the O-ring. It goes hard like plastic. Gone, then the oil leaks down more and whatever, and Bob's your uncle, right? But at least they come out then because you've got the oil to lubricate it. Before that happens, they actually get welded down here pretty badly and can be very difficult to get out. The other way we know they're Bailey, see these command pistons, because these are the earlier injectors, like what goes in the 120 Protos. Top code will start with 1.3. Those injectors, the Denso ones, are not full DLC coded, which means there's DLC on 2 components, 2 of the main wearing components out of 3, but not the third one. That's the third one there. So as far as I know, they get those manufactured and they're coded, which is a good thing. But then you're relying on people to put them together and all that, and they do machining and stuff and whatever. That's their business, what they want to do. We don't really care about that. We just recommend brand new genuine because, you know, it just works. It works every time and there's 0 problems. Never had a problem with one. Maybe is there 1 or 2 in a million? I can't really remember, but that I know of, I haven't had a problem with one that's proven to be a problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I don't, to my best of my recollection, you know, it's starting to sound like a politician, aren't I? Anyway, so coded command piston, that's good. We can't see any wear on those like we have on other ones in the past. Only open 2, so it's 50-50. There could have been some wear on a couple of other ones as well. Only open those 2 because I knew they'd be the easy ones. These ones, because they're cooked, they could be a bit harder and it was going to get messier. But the point is, for whatever reason, at some point in time, these have been replaced, okay? But you know what? They got replaced again for whatever reason. You work it out. For whatever reason, they've been done once, and for whatever reason, they need to be done again. Even though all the talk and all the hype about the DLC thing, I'm not too worried about that. We've also got leaking seats once again, like that other set. If you leave your injectors, you got to watch what people write online. Oh, mine are 300,000 Ks. They're still original. It's running beautiful. I've had them tested. I've had them cleaned. I've had them this. I've had them that. Mate, it's absolutely ridiculous. These things, they are clean inside. Don't worry about the outside. Inside, the operational injector is clean. There's nothing to clean, okay? It's clean already. It's had bloody fuel pressure running through it, spraying fuel. It's already clean, okay? So if you did some cleaning, you think it's better, well, it was something else that happened, or it's in your head. What's the word? You know, it's that, you know, I got a feeling, I sort of feel set of the pants. It's not, okay? There's nothing to clean. It's metal wear and tear. Like I showed on that other set over there, those command pistons, you could see the wear on them. There's other components in here, the biggest one being the nozzle needle. This one here is still the one that wears out the most, right? You look on the end of it there. I don't know what you'll see on this one. You can see a little bit, but, you know, get the microscope out and you'll see what's going on. Anyway, these are all rubbish. Genuine ones are gone in those engines. Happy days. Bada bing, bada boom. Only get your injectors from me. Text message only. 7:30 a.m. Mondays, but not until about the middle of August, depending when you see this video. Good luck with that. See ya.